In the future, the world is still haunted by Hero Day, a battle with the artificial intelligence Ultron that resulted in the deaths of many heroes. As a result of that fateful day, the original Avengers have been replaced by new heroes working for a totalitarian and corrupt government. Among the new breed of heroes, there is also James Stark, the son of Tony Stark, and the Wasp. James was raised and mentored by Kyle Jarvis, who is actually the Red Skull in disguise, working with Ultron's consciousness to secretly seize control of the world. The elderly Steve Rogers was recruited by his old friend Luke Cage, who has formed an underground resistance called the Defenders, trying to take down the government. Steve agreed to retake the super soldier serum and become Captain America once more, vowing to assemble the Avengers again. The Defenders found out that Tony Stark's head was still alive and being kept inside a highly secured prison called the Raft. Rogers talks to Tyler, one of the people in charge of communication, and asks him if he managed to send out the signal. The signal was a very old distress call that the Captain hopes would reach an old friend. James was talking to his father, saying he made an armor for himself. He takes pride in the fact that he made the suit all by himself without his father's help, and unlike his father and mother, who were just fighting bad guys, he is actually saving the world and keeping it safe. Captain America and Tyler fly towards the prison using an old airplane from the original Avengers. The plane was designed and built by Tony, and even though it was now several decades old, the technology he used to build it was ahead of its time. They arrive on the island undetected and park the airplane on the side of the prison, praying that the rain was enough to help them blend in. Tyler gets to work and opens the door, but the captain enters alone, saying it's too dangerous to take him along. This place used to be a high security prison for those who let their powers corrupt them. For the villains, they used to put away time and time again, but now in a world without heroes where the government executes its villains, this place was a monstrous research facility. Cap was disgusted and wanted to do something about it, but he was on a mission and needed to stay on track. Freeing Tony was the main objective. He knocks out one of the scientists working there and steals his access card, which grants him access to a highly secure room. Inside, he finds the severed head of Tony Stark kept inside a giant tank that was keeping him alive. He vows to take him out, but doesn't know what to do next, remarking that he probably should have brought Tyler with him. But he wasn't alone. Someone else was hiding in the ceiling, waiting for him to show up. Bullseye was a member of the Thunderbolts and working for the US government, but she had the chance at killing the captain once before and hesitated. James Stark also enters the room, saying he came to have a tech chat with the old man, not with an actual old man. Rogers says he is going to take his father from this place and what he is doing isn't right. Throwing people in prison just because they dared to question the government isn't right. James was pissed and said he was calling the Avengers to take him down, but that's when Bullseye heard enough and shot him in the shoulder with an arrow. She put an arrow in the richest man in the world, and the captain asks her why she is helping him, but she had no answer. Roger takes Tony's head from inside the tank and wants to leave, but James sounded the alarm. Bullseye shoots him again, this time in the other shoulder, saying that she's memorized the layout of this place and asks the captain to follow her. The moment they open the doors, two soldiers jump them, but Bullseye quickly deals with them and the two continue their escape. On their way out, they pass one of the rooms and the captain sees something inside that belongs to him. His shield was being kept here and he immediately grabs it, using it to deal with another wave of soldiers. However, James equipped his armor and was waiting for them outside, saying they are definitely coming with him, dead or alive. Tyler shoots him from behind using the airplane, but the attack did nothing to damage the suit, and James retaliates by crashing down the plane. The captain rushes towards the plane and uses his shield to break the window, and then grabs Tyler and pulls him outside. Steve says that nobody is going to die today, not while Captain America lives, and he kept that promise. He saves Tyler from the burning plane, leaving James in shock, who complimented his moves. James started flying towards the sky at incredible speed, prompting Bullseye to say that he was running away, but the captain knew better and tells her to run away. Moments before, James dropped from the sky, destroying part of the outdoor ramp and causing a massive crater. The impact was so great that part of the island began to collapse on itself, but Captain and Bullseye still tried to save the soldiers. James says this is ridiculous, the past trying to fight the future, but the captain says he is wrong, he is fighting for the future. The two of them began to fight, but James's armor was very powerful, and then he even wondered why he hesitated to use it for so long. The captain begged James to save the soldiers that were about to drown, but he didn't care, saying that people die anyway, and he only cared about his father's head. James claims it only takes a few hard measures put in place, a few examples made, and a few dreamers put to sleep to achieve his goals of controlling people. The captain asked him what gives him the right to make the decisions, his money, his father's brilliant mind, but James threw his father's head into the water, claiming that he doesn't need him anymore. He doesn't need anyone. Rogers gets up and attacks James, saying that everyone needs help, and in that moment Miss Marvel arrives and saves Bullseye and the drowning soldiers. She initially rejects the captain's offer to help him because she has a family now and 2 children, but she changed her mind and came just in time. James, however, refused to give up and says that nobody was leaving the island, and even tries to shoot a rescue ship that belongs to the defenders, but the captain hits him with the shield and says that no one dies today. This infuriates James, who tells Cap to stop calling him son because he wasn't his son. His name is James Stark and he runs the world. He overpowers him and pins him to the ground, preparing to kill him, but out of nowhere, a powerful lightning strike hits James from the sky and he falls down on his knees. At long last, Captain America's distress call that Tyler sent out had reached a destination, and Thor, the king of Asgard, responded and came to Earth. Thor says he hasn't seen the captain in a long time and asks if they should assemble.